we have a major escalation in President Trump's trade war. Last night, he announced new tariffs on dozens of countries around the world starting on August 7th at rates up to 50%. It's uncharted territory for the global economy, and economists say it could mean you'll pay more for all kinds of goods in the future. Nancy Cordes is at the White House with the latest. Nancy, good morning. What's going on?
Well, what's going on, Nate, is this is the day that the president has been promising for months, and here is the list he has just released. In many cases, these tariff rates are not quite as high as the ones that he first threatened to impose back in April, but they are still the most aggressive tariffs the U.S. has imposed by far since the 1930s. And U.S. companies will only have 7 days to prepare before the new rates take effect.
This is making our country very rich and respected again.
The president's new tariffs will soon apply to goods from all of America's largest trading partners. A 20% tax on Taiwan, 50% for Brazil, and 15% for Japan, one of 6 countries that cut deals in advance. In a new executive order, President Trump said he has to hike rates because America's global trade deficit poses, quote, an unusual and extraordinary threat to national security. Democrats called it chaos.
This is a deal, all right. It's a raw deal for the American people.
Trump is even hiking his existing tariffs on some Canadian products from 25% to 35%.
They've been treating our farmers very badly. They've been treating our country very badly for years.
The new rates will likely bring in more money for the U.S. government, collected at ports of entry by U.S. Customs. But it could also make goods more expensive. Already, U.S. inflation is creeping up after Trump imposed 10% tariffs in May. Furniture, appliances, and computers all cost more.
We now have a 25% tariff on this product that we didn't have a week ago.
Barton O'Brien owns Baydog, a pet gear company based on Kent Island, Maryland, with a staff of 7. He makes his products in China, Vietnam, and India, and sells them in 2,000 stores here in the U.S.
The only way for us to survive as a business is to raise prices and probably cut expenses, which means firing people. So tariffs are going to hit small businesses first, and they're going to hit small businesses hardest, and they're going to put a lot of us out of business.
Now, the White House argues that the tariffs are going to incentivize companies like his to move production to the U.S. where there's no tariff. But O'Brien told us that that would cost so much more that he'd have to hike the price of, say, his best-selling harness from $30 now to $150. In other words, Vlad, no one would buy it.
All right, Nancy Cordes for us this morning at the White House. Thank you, Nancy.